Here we go. So I'm going to be using a Hog 8-ounce skinny flask. I'll get this opened up for you. Put the box to the side. I like to keep my little paper just to cover the cup when it's done. Okay, so we'll take the skinny flask. We are going to prep this, tape it off, and then paint this before we do our crystallizing. What I like to do is to take a 220 grit piece of sandpaper and just sand the entire tumbler. Of course, you do want to take the top off first because you don't want to scratch this little rubber piece. So we'll sand all of this. And you can also sand down here if you plan on spray painting the bottom. If you do not plan on spray painting the bottom, then you'll use your tape to tape off the bottom, this bottom circle right here, or you can actually leave this on and just spray paint all around it, and then peel this circle up when you are done spray painting. You also want to tape this off, which I will do on camera for you, and we want to tape this off around the black portion, which I'll do on camera for you. I'm going to be using the Rust-Oleum Satin Protective Enamel in Sapphire for this cup, and also coating it in triple thick. You use the triple thick to ensure that the paint does not chip, wash off, etc. with time. So we'll move this out of the way, and then I will show you how to tape these off. The sanding is pretty simple. You just want to sand that top layer, wash it, let it air dry, and then you are done. For the taping, I'll leave the lip and just get this part right here, and I'll leave the lip so that that can get painted as well. So I'm going to get this as close as I possibly can. And it's very simple. You just kind of want to pull the tape a little bit tight. Follow the line of the tumbler. And there, that's done. I take this like this, and then this little top tab, I always fold it down so that I have a tear tab for when I am done. So now I do this. That keeps spray paint from getting inside, and it's nice and snug. And so you'll take your sandpaper and just like this. Even if you are not spray painting your cup, you still want to sand it if you are going to be doing anything, crystallizing, putting on your vinyl, what have you. This is what you need to do. And you want to get it to where, you see how you've got that little black mark coming on the sandpaper? That is a protective coating that you're sanding off of the cup that comes on it. And so you want to get that off. You'll start having this metal smell that you'll be smelling, and that's from sanding off the cup. And that's okay. And like I said, once you are done, you will just go and hand wash it, let it air dry. Okay, that's done. I'll just put it off to the side here while we tape off the cap. The cap is going to be a little bit more difficult because you've got to catch just that little small strip. You don't want to paint that. So I just sort of peel off enough tape. And then it's kind of one of those precise measurement things that you've got to really just be careful with. And it takes a little moment to get it proper. But again, once you've got it, you just kind of follow that line. And it's painter's tape, so if you feel like you've made a mistake, lift it back up and go back over it. Now, granted, I normally do this after I have sanded and washed the cup, but I wanted to make certain I did this on camera so that everybody could see how you tape down your cup. So I'll just take it off if necessary. Here. This seems to be just a smidgen off. Okay. And there you go. And so on this one, I don't fold it in. I will still give myself a little tab here. But then I squeeze it so that I kind of have like a holding handle or something so that I can hold it while I work on these caps. And you do the same. You'll see these little scuff marks coming through. And you just want to sand it. All right, then I will take these over to my sink. I'll give them a nice washing. I will let them air dry, sitting on a paper towel. And then I'll bring you guys outside and I'll show you my spray painting technique. And then we'll move to the crystallization process. Okay, I have sanded this cup down, washed it. It is now dry. And so I am going to show you guys how I spray paint. What I have done is drop the cup onto an old headphone stand, as you can see here. And that gives me the ability to rotate the bottom without having to touch the cup, because I just don't spray paint with my cups like on a PVC pipe or something like that. So again, I'm using the Rust-Oleum Satin Protective Enamel in Sapphire. And here we go. I'm just going to start by bleeding the paint just a little bit. And then in streaks, I don't worry about that. That just keeps me from having drips. So I will rotate this a few times. Don't worry about the gaps. Just continue to rotate. You don't want to stay too long in one spot, otherwise you will get drips. And continue to rotate. Okay guys, as you can see, we are all done here. I have spray painted this tumbler. It's nice and dry. I did a couple of coats of the spray paint until I could no longer see stainless, and then I did 3 coats of sealer. I am going to remove the tape now. Boom, that's off. You can always use your Cricut tool, the weeding tool, to peel this up if you like. If not, it can actually stay. Totally up to you. And then I did the cap as well. And we're just going to peel the tape from here. All done. And the next step is the crystallization process. So I'm going to grab my tray and grab my crystals, my glue, and my pen, and we'll get this buddy crystallized. See you in a minute.